Dzień dobry, good evening, good day everyone, and welcome to race 11 of the World Series 2023. I am today with Jean-David. Hello,
Hello
Jean-David.
Antoine, good evening everybody. Welcome in Poland for this 11th race.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race tonight. Most of the pilots are already in the air, flying in Condor, and they are getting ready for the start in a few minutes. We are live from the studio, so we are back after the second FIA Virtual Sailplane Grand Prix, the great world final that we've had a few weeks ago, beginning of September, and we are back into this World Series event until the end of the year. We have 16 races. It's race 11 today in Leszno in Poland. Why in Leszno? Because there was the European Gliding Championship in Leszno in August at the same time as the Junior European Gliding Championship in Denmark. So we went to Denmark in Arnborg for race 10. Just before this second FIA World final in September. So in August, last race we were in Arnborg. It was a great race in Denmark. We didn't have live streaming there, but the footage we've received and some screenshots from the pilots were really great. There's been, as usual, some live streaming from the pilots as well with the point of view of the pilots. So it was great to follow today. So race 11, there was in the EGC in Poland, class 18 meters and open and two-seater class, I believe. So today the pilots are going to fly in open class, meaning that there are no constraints on the gliders, no handicaps. So they will fly probably either the EB29 or the GS1 C, which is 21 meter uh, long. So yeah, let's jump maybe onto Condor, Jean-David. So where are we now?
Yeah, Antoine, so as you said, it will be a great race tonight. Maybe we can have a look about the weather. We can see that there are a lot of cumuluses tonight. We expect wind from the west, about 17 kilometers per hour, with medium thermal activity to high. It will be like that. So here we are above the field. We have the start line just in front of us. And the task tonight will be with 3 turn points. We will go maybe on the QNAM view, on the 2D view, to have an overall view of the task. Yes, thank you, Tim. So the first leg is going left to Zeliena Gora. I can't spell it right. I'm sorry, but I'm trying. So we are going left for about, let me find,
That's I'm gonna tell you 65.8 kilometers.
65.8 kilometers. We have the first turn point. Then we are going straight to the south for a second leg of 74.8 kilometers per hour. Going back to north for
No, so 50 kilometers between turn point 1 and turn point 2, and then it's going to be 74.8 between turn point 2 and turn point 3.
Okay,
Jean-David,
you are right
to
because
VPG3.
I am missing one of the turn points.
No
And
worries.
final leg, go back to the airfield. Maybe you
Yes,
have the value of the last leg long.
yes, it's 45.8 kilometers. The total length of the task is 236 kilometers. So we expect a flight of 1 hour and 30, 1 hour and 45 minutes tonight. It's a bit special because they will arrive onto an arrival ring instead of a line. No finish line tonight. So the ring is 3 kilometers radius around Leszno for the arrival, and they need to reach that ring above 394 meters, so just around 400 meters above mean sea level. That's around 300 meters above Leszno ground level. That's
Yeah,
it.
Anton, maybe you can explain a bit about the rules for the start, maybe because we've changed a bit.
Yes. So before we used to use the FAI rules for the AAT and for the racing task as well, and you've had a window, a start window that was open for, let's say, 60 minutes or 2 hours. We had this constraint of around 45 to 60 minutes on the virtual gliding for the live streaming and so on. But we decided instead of that, because it was very difficult to follow for the public those races, to know who was leading and so on, to have only regatta starts as from now. So just like the virtual sailplane Grand Prix, now the pilots start in regatta, but the scoring is not the virtual sailplane Grand Prix scoring. It's still the same official FAI scoring, but everyone needs to start at the same time. We have the world champion 2023, Arne Martin Guttler, in the EB29R in front of us. A great glider, the best one probably in Condor, where you can glide the most. So today, some low cloud bases, but thermals are quite good. It's only 236 kilometers, and those gliders are just amazing. So they will fly, I think, quite fast.
Yeah, we'll see a very long final glide due to the high performances of the gliders. Anyway, it's open glass, so we can't expect much more from the gliders nowadays. Maybe in the future time we'll have much better glide ratio, but it's still very fantastic, very fantastic aircraft.
Yeah.
Nothing glides better than this type of aircraft. Even in the nature, the birds, etc., they are not gliding as much as as this glider. It is amazing to see how many information and how many technical data we add together to finally have this type of glider. It's really amazing. I'm amazed by that. We'll
So,
see the performance tonight.
Jean-David, do you know the glide ratio of this EB29? Do you have an idea?
Antoine, you know, in my club and as a personal glider, I only look at the club class glide ratio to have an idea of what I can bounce or not. I am not able to buy this type of glider, so I'm not interested in the exact technical data of this glider. Maybe you can have a look.
I can tell you, I can tell you it's 70
Just imagine.
kilometers for 1000 meter. So if you're, yeah, like 1500 meters today is the start altitude, 1500 maximum. It's more or less the same rules as the virtual SJP for the start, meaning there is as well a maximum start speed of 170 kilometers per hour. So they will need to slow down to get a proper start, a safe start. But yes, 70 is the glide ratio today for this EB29, and it's 60 for the GS1C. But the GS1C it's much more easy to control in the air. So yeah, it depends. Some people will prefer GS1 and others the EB29. So on a short task like this, you can win with both. It's just the choices who will make the difference, I believe. We are with Lithuanian pilot Almontas Jujus. Air 9 Alpha. Do we have a start time? Are the pilots still in the air flying, or do we still have a joint time, or the racing is coming?
Yeah, so the start line is in about 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Unfortunately, I connect too late in Condor to see that, but Timothy in the background will tell us the time to do a countdown and to have the thrilling moments of the pilots crossing the line. Yeah, as we said, our experience on the final of the SGP tell us that the regatta start is much more interesting for the commentaries and for the live streaming. The experience during the race is much more interesting, much more thrilling, and the pilots are grouped together in a small gaggle. It's very, very interesting to see, and the final glide and the arrivals are amazing. If you were not there as a spectator, if you're not there during the final of the SGP, you missed something. I have to say you missed something. It was the best race I have to comment because the final glide and the arrival were amazing, and I hope that the regatta start tonight will able us to see another arrival like that.
I really hope so. It's going to be great fun to watch. We've had some pilots choosing the GS3 in 18 meters as well. It's a very good glider, glides really well. Even more, you get even more maneuverability with this one than the GS1 and the EB29, obviously. I hope that all the pilots know that today is going to be regatta start. We've announced it a few days ago, more than a week ago already, to everyone on the Discord channel. So we have a Discord group, Discord channel for all the pilots, all the people who want to compete and fly the races. So we do some uh, we explain the rules and we say what to expect. We explain what to expect to the next for the next races there as well on the website. And well, social media is more like to get the community together and to give the results and explain what's coming next in a more official way. But yeah, you can join us on virtualgliding.fai.org on the website, and then you will get all the social media and Discord links top right of this website. So the pilots are almost ready here, just above the start line, and you can see already the arrival circle there, arrival ring, finish Leshno 108, which is right there. Mikko Nurminen, the pilot from Finland, he competed to the first virtual SGP World Final, so a really good pilot as well. Mikko, so yeah, great. Looking forward to get this start in a few minutes from now to witness the skills of the pilots.
Yeah, and as always, you are pleased to send us a message. We have Captain Pana and FP Southlow who say hi, they say hello to you. And other spectator, you can send us a message. Just say hello. Just encourage the pilots you want to see first. Some of them are hearing us during the live. They are listening us in the background of their computer. So yeah, tell us what do you want to say. We will read your messages and we will answer the questions, and we are pleased to do that. So send us a message and follow us on Twitter, on Twitch, YouTube, and etc. It's always a pleasure to have more and more followers on our trip.
Yep. Exactly, Jean-David. And we'll do probably on Twitch some polls later on, maybe one or two tonight, and then it will be, we'll have regular polls coming up on the stream. So yeah, Twitch is the main platform that we want to use for the future. So if you want to join us there, it's really great. How many minutes before the start line is open?
2 minutes, yeah, before the start line is open. The pilots are getting ready. We can see Jonathan Goerda. He's taking his place just before the start, just a bit higher to manage his energy, to have the best position, the best speed, and the best height, just at the right time. We can see that all the pilots are going to the line slowly.
But surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think some of them may not know that it's a regatta start because I can see some of them are like 5 kilometers away, but they will quickly realize, I think. But it's going to be like this until the end of this World Series. So they need to get used to it right now already. Sierra Lima Lima, Mr. Lopez from Colombia, I believe, is there on the left side of the screen. Frank Schwerzweger, Oscar 9 is there as well, German pilot. TKM, Tim Madsen, is flying tonight with us. Uwe Meltzer on the right. So they are all getting ready. How many seconds until the start, Timothée? 20 seconds from now. Let me know when we reach 10 seconds. Pilots are getting ready to cross the start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And the race is on. We've had one pilot who was had to restart. 3 Juliet here. He's made a 360 to the left. Same for Oscar Golf, I believe. And for the other one, it looks quite good. We've had a very good start from Arne Martin, from Witold Rosak as well. In front, X-Ray Romeo Romeo leading there. Sierra Lima Lima on the left. It's pretty good. Everyone is there and they understand that it's a regatta start. I think the message was spread in the pilot chat as well, so they're probably all aware of that. So it's quite good. Quite happy with the start so far that we've had.
Yeah,
Looks
it's okay.
quite safe.
I think the last pilot is Emmanuel Cartier or something like that, and it is less than 1 minute after the first, so it's okay. Maybe all the pilots didn't manage to have the perfect start, but it's okay. It's the rule, and you will try to catch up the leaders during the race. Nothing is done at this moment. Surely, a good start is a great advantage in the first times, but Emmanuel Cartier, we know him. He will manage to do a great race, and trying to see what the others in front of him will do. He will have his own strategy tonight.
Exactly, Jean-David. You can start 1 minute behind and still finish on top, because when you are just behind, you can see all the gliders in front of you, and you can already try to see what are the main options and what the pilots are choosing. You can see one pilot here, Yanis Teteris, right on the south side, so on the left side of this first leg here, and he's going for some cumuluses. You can see they are not really easy to read. You know, when you are glider pilot, you read the sky. You can guess that this cumulus cloud is going to be 1 meter or 3 meters per second. It's going to be a good one or a bad one. And today it's not really easy to read the cumuluses in Condor. They are not very high, but they are very, very high performance gliders that can glide really well for a long period of time on long distances, so they can really pick up the best ones. They just need to choose the best energy lines, I think, tonight, and then just stop when they have a very good one of around 3 meters per second. Really looking forward to see what is the average climb of the leading pilots tonight.
Yeah, and maybe Tim, can you zoom out in Condor to see the communities where they are placed and looking? Yes, thank you very much, Tim. So you can see that the ground is quite homogeneous. We have a lot of fields and some woods around, but there is not so much heights. It is very flat land in this region of Poland. And yeah, as you said, to find the perfect cloud, to find the perfect lift in Condor, it can be easy when you have not so much cumulus. You can see which cloud is creating or which cloud is almost dying. You can see on its shape and on its color. But right now you have a lot of cumuluses, so to find the correct bubble which is creating a good thermal, it can be difficult to see just the picture you see in your research. It can be difficult in this region, and to see it far away from your position can be tricky too, because during the final of the virtual Sailplane Grand Prix, the clouds were fewer than here, and the pilots, they know which cumulus will give us a great lift, maybe 15 kilometers before reaching it. So it was long glide ratio to the interesting cumulus. Here maybe they will try some cumuluses before finding the right spots. And in this example, we can see here with Arne Martin Gettler, the current world champion, they found something. So other pilots, we can see Emmanuel Cartier joining. They will try to catch up the lift, because if Arne Martin Gettler stopped here, you can try. At least you can try. Okay, so GKK Yonan is leaving. Maybe he has saw another Cumulus after who looks better. So yeah, I think that we won't see very different strategies because as I said, the ground and the sky is quite homogeneous. So maybe we will see some strategies 5 kilometers north, 5 kilometers south, or right left to the line, but I don't think it will spread a lot. They will go straight to the other turn point to minimize the distance flown and to maximize the average speed because it's like that, the score. Witold Rozak trying this moment another lift. A first gaggle at the back on the background who stopped and reached the ceiling. Witold Rozak, maybe you can have a look on the cumulus just above them. Yeah, quite round, great ceiling. It's time to stop. So for the people who don't know, the Vario value we can see just on the bottom of the screen right now. It is an instant value, so it's not average. It's not the compensated value. It's there is the most raw value we can have, and it is instant value, so we can see amazing values like 20 meters per second, but it's not Starship. It's just a great glider and is pulling up maybe to reach the stars, but with the kinetic energy, we can do whatever we want. So Jarmo Karlalainen in his EB29, I'm amazed about the gliding ratio. Just imagine you're a spectator. You are above your home at 1,000 meters and you draw a cycle of 70 kilometers around your home. Where can you go?
You can go quite far.
Imagine you can go very far.
Yeah.
I can go from my home to the stadium of Lille where I saw a match of rugby in Sunday with even 500 meters left. I am amazed.
Yeah, it's quite crazy, those glide ratios, and when and it's just like in dry air, without any thermal and so on. So if you have those energy lines that we have today in the thermals, then you're going to get much more than 70 in glide ratios. That's what you can get. And in Condor Tree, there's new weather system, and I'm sure we're going to be able to get much better glide ratios as well, but much lower on the other side because everything has been reworked. Looking forward to the release of the game, obviously, and everyone is really looking forward to it. And by the way, so there's this World Series running until the end of the year, and really soon we will announce as well what's the plan for next year. So it's going to be one super big event, but there's going to be as well the release of Condor 3, and we want to run on Condor 3. So the event will not start before February 2024. But we'll do esports series races as well, just at the beginning of the release of the game and so on. A lot of small events on FAI virtual gliding channels. It's going to be quite nice to do, and we will invite the community to join all of those short format races to have fun with you, with all of the pilots, all of the virtual pilots. I think everyone will be quite enthusiastic about what's coming. Back on the race with Witold Rozak from Poland, 211 kilometers per hour. That's more or less the same speed that we've had during the World Final. And usually in gliding, you don't fly faster than this unless you're in Texas or Namibia and you have 5-10 meters per second for every cumulus, every thermal. So what might be difficult today is maybe they will get strong thermals, but the radius of the thermal can be quite narrow or quite wide, and they need to have wide thermals to be able to climb really well. Sorry, with those wings. So it's not really easy to fly those gliders. There is a lot of energy, as you said, kinetic energy and so on, and it's difficult to have the maneuverability for those gliders. So they need to be careful as well in the thermals. Everything goes quite fast. It's kind of moving a large Airbus or Boeing. You need to take your time. Like it's like the 747. Like every time you want to go full left or full right, you need to go full stick deflection. Same for the rudder, full rudder deflection. So it takes a lot of energy to control those type of gliders, but they are really fun to fly. And yeah, you can fly so long and so far and so fast with them that you just need to select the best ones and just try to focus on the energy lines rather than the thermals actually. So it's a very different type of flying. That's what we have with the club class or with the Seaplane Grand Prix with 48 kilo per meter square. Here you can go probably around 60 kilo per meter square. Let me just check that because I have Condor open here. It is 58.7 for the GS1C and the EB29. It's 57 kilos per meter square in terms of wing loading. So you can have a really high wing loading, meaning that you will slice and glide through the air really easily.
And Antoine, have you ever flown in this type of glider in real life?
Yes, I flew my first open was the Nimbus 4D, so that's the two-seater version with Eric Napoleon in Saint-Auban. It was more than 10 years ago, that's for sure. And yeah, it was amazing, and I remember really well. I have amazing pictures from that day. It was a wave coming from the south, which is south wind in the Alps, which is not the main wave system. It's much more when there is Mistral coming from the north in Saint-Amand. But anyway, and there was an amazing wave, and I really discovered another type of flying with the Nimbus 4D. And then I tried obviously a GS1C in 21 meters, and it's the same. You can just glide so fast, and yeah, when you try it at full mass, it's crazy.
Yeah, it should be amazing with this type of glider in the wave. Maybe it's not the glider pilot's license you need to have, it's the plane pilot's license. You are not falling and you are going 200 kilometers per hour just straight. It's not gliding. I never experienced that. I would, but
one of the most amazing thing is not actually the glide ratio, because you can see that you're really going through the air really easily and you can fly really fast without losing a lot of altitude. But the most amazing part of it is when you go through a thermal, and if it's a big one like 4 or 5 meters and so on, it's crazy because you will pull up and there is so much kinetic energy that you will pull up much more than without having any water, or with a club class, for example. Club class, you just pull up 50 meters, but here you're gonna pull up like 300 meters, 400 meters in just one pull up. It's something absolutely mental, and this way you can just continue flying and you just don't have to stop. And in gliding, quite often you don't have to stop for 100, 200 kilometers when you have really good conditions and cumulus streets and so on. But for now in Condor 2, you cannot do that unless you have ridges. Ridges, it's easy, but in Condor 2, you need to climb in some thermals at some point. Quite regularly, I would say every 30, 40 kilometers to be able to continue. But yeah, let's wait for Condor 3. Maybe you will not have to do it like this. It will depend a lot on the weather that you're setting. But yeah, looking forward to see the improvements on Condor 3.
very interesting. So maybe go back to the race with Tim Madsen leading the race right now. We are in the middle of the first leg. We saw just a few minutes ago some lakes we flown above. Now you can see that Tim Madsen and GKK first right now. They are followed by a lot of people. We are about 35 pilots. I don't have the right number exactly, but around 35 pilots connected tonight. So yeah, exactly 35. So there's a lot of good pilots behind them. They are going a bit lower than the other. So let me check. GKK is just only not GKK is 500, or let's say 600 meters and it's from the level of the sea. I don't know the level of the ground right now, but they are not so much high.
Yeah, it's around 100 meters
Yeah, so
height
they need
around
to
the
find
shore. So
a climb right now.
yeah, now they need to find something. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see that Zulu Lima 7 just stopped before the lake. Maybe he was too low and he decided to climb. No, he's quite high, but he decided to find a lift before crossing the lake. So we will see on the second part of the first leg what the pilot will find. Juliet Tango in the south doing his own way. Maybe it's a bit difficult for him because he has not the information of the others. When you are on the back of the goggle, you can see the other pilots finding a thermal, choosing it or choosing to pass the way. So you can help your strategy with this information. You can read the other pilots to find your best way and the best path to the next turn point. Thank you, Tim, for the 2D view. Go back to the Condor, and if you want to say hello to a pilot or to us, just leave us a message. Tell us what you think about whatever you want: the weather, the tasks, the organization, the competition, the landscape. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want, and we will read your messages on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
Thank you for joining us all tonight on race 11 of this World Series 2023. I just want to do a quick recap now for the overall results that we have on this World Series. So I'm going to go on condor.club, which is the official website for scoring. And if you want to check the events that are going on there, and if you want to register even to compete to an next race, you can do so by going to condor.club. So World Series 2023, overall results, we have Mihály Knoss from Hungary, leading with 9,113 points. He's thrown 10 races so far, so the maximum amount of races. We have Arne Martin Guttler in second, Norbert Kiss from Hungary on third place, David Redman, Virtual Sailplane Grand Prix race winner as well, on fourth position. Vitol Rozak is here on fifth position. Chris Pearson from the UK, who was not there at the World Final. He did not qualify through the Sailplane Grand Prix qualifiers. Is on sixth position. We have Jarmo Karjalainen, that everyone knows now, from Finland on seventh place. We have Japan pilot Yuki Nagasaki on eighth position. He's flying on another slot, another server on the World Series. We are today on the European server, but overnight here in Europe, there are other slots working for the Asian pilots and the American pilots and so on. So everyone in the world can fly those races at different times. And so Yuki Nagasaki is leading, well, is among those Asian pilots and he's flying probably with David Redman on the Asian server. We have Patrick Médard from France on ninth place and Zbigniew Kos on 10th position of this World Series. And we have around 250 pilots that are registered to the competition so far. Race 11, and we have 16 races until the end of the year. Last one will be in Australia on the 16th of December. Back in the race with Arne Martin Guttler, the world champion of the second FIA Virtual Sailplane Grand Prix, is here in the EB29. We have Marcin May just in front of him. GKK Jarmo is there as well. So those are the top pilots of this World Series so far. Kuba Kilo Juliet is there. And X-Ray Romeo to the left. They have some quite good clouds. Good looking clouds in front of them. And they have two options of clouds before reaching this third point one.
Yeah, all the pilots you mentioned, we have to admit they are very regular. They come almost to the every race. For some of them, they are coming for every race. They are following other organization of competitions. They are doing the Sailplane Grand Prix, and yeah, very interesting to see how much time they spend on Condor, and this this motivation they have, it allows us to see great flying. During the final, we saw the best 20 pilot of the world, and the level of the competition, even the pilots tell us that it was the best, highest level they ever saw in Condor. So it's very interesting to see this type of people leading their life and also leading a great career in Condor. So thank you for that. Thank you for the level they offered us during all the competitions.
So we are back on the 2D view. We are just approaching turn point 1 in a few moments. We have Foxtrot 9 here leading on the south side of the track, of the main track going to turn point 1. Zelkio Zulu Lima 7 on top of the screen with GKA, 6 Bravo Mike, and TKM. And yeah, we have two main groups, let's say, following each other, south and north of the track. Well, more or less on the track for the guys on the south. So maybe we can almost say three different paths, but the ones on the south and the ones in the middle of the track are kind of joining together now onto a good term. Also, I believe it's only two main groups that are flying there. We can see that the ceiling is at around 2,000 meters. We've had Xavier Bousquet, X-Ray, Bravo X-Ray, flying around 2,000 meters a few seconds ago. So yeah, they are all there together, and we are approaching turn point 1. Then it will be 50 kilometers to go to turn point 2 to the south this way. So yeah, really interesting before joining turn point 1.
And maybe when we are on the 2D view, oh, it's too late. We didn't mention where we are in Poland in global view. So we are in the left of the country, next to Germany. So we will see maybe later on when we will be back on the 2D view.
Yeah. So in Leszno today, the race is around Leszno. Yesterday they went to the south, like 150 kilometers away almost from Leszno. We sent them to the mountains. So it was quite fun, I think, for them. 350 kilometers, but really amazing weather conditions yesterday for the pilots. Witold Rozak from Poland is approaching turn point 1 in about 1 to 2 minutes from now. You can see turn point here, just next to this big forest. You can see flatlands in Poland. Sorry, and that's the local pilot here, Witold Rozak, approaching turn point 1 in the EB29R after 61 kilometers flown in this race. Kuba, another Polish pilot here, joining Witold. It's the main pack from the world final.
Yeah, the Polish gang.
the famous, the well-known Polish gang. We have Kuba, but I don't think that we have Wojtek Soltyzik tonight among the 45 pilots. So Witold is approaching here. You can see all the trees of this forest. So a lot of big forest in Poland, some big lakes as well, and very tiny and small strips of fields, because it's not like in Western Europe. The fields are not divided in the same way. I will explain that after turn point 1. So Witold Rozak from Poland is going to be the first one to turn point 1 after 65 kilometers of race here on race 11 of this World Series 2023 at 820 meters. Witold, well done, Witold, followed by Kuba from Poland as well. We have Mikko Nurminen, Uwe Melzer from Germany is here. 3 Juliet, Arne Martin Gutler is going to be third, it seems. So pretty good flying from Arne Martin from Norway, the world champion 2023. Yeah, really followed by a great pack here. They're going to fly all together now. Going to the south for 50 kilometers.
Arne, Juan, lot of great pilots right there. They managed to turn in a high level of security. They were spread on different heights and they can see each other. So it was a very great synchronized turn. We can see that the turn point 2 is on the top left of the screen. Yeah, thank you, Tim. Right now, just in front of you. So we can see that the way to turn point 2, yeah, we have plenty of strategies to make, plenty of cool Camino cloud we can choose. Right now, the pilots decided to not going straight to turn point 2, but they decided to stop. They turned the turn point. Okay, now the wind will come from the right when we will see the turn point 2 in front of us. So they decided to stop a bit, climb, and the climb rate looks very good.
Yeah.
You can see that Vitold has climbed a great height right now, and also the gaggle is at the same position. I think that Hotel Golf 1 is stopping too. Bravo Sierra 3 is stopping. It's very great, like we can see that Tom Johnson here, he will turn the turn point and then he knows where the climb is because it is materialized by the cumulus, but also by the other pilots. So we just have to turn point and put himself just behind the other pilots. So yeah, I think he will do that because he's 400 meters from the ground. It is okay with this type of glider. You have plenty of time to wait and to find the great thermal, but with a great cumulus, he won't miss it. Hotel Golf 1 decided to go to the next cumulus.
Tom Johnston from Canada, I believe, 480 meters, reaching turn point 1, and yeah, there is a really good thermals, it seems, afterwards. He will need to climb in that one, otherwise they are over cumuluses on the right. As you can see, they try to go as far as they can before climbing in a good thermal. Papa 51 is climbing. Mihaly Knos, the leader of this World Series, the Hungarian pilot, is joining the main pack right here. Vitold 5 meters per second from time to time, but roughly around 3 meters per second. Looks like a wide thermal and a really good one for today because they're all stopping in this one. Ryan Wood from Canada decided to continue on his own and he's going for another one. I think just over him, there's a pretty good thermal, pretty good cumulus. So we will see him probably pull up in a few seconds to try to climb into this thermal. Yeah, it's coming. He was pulling a little bit, pulling, and he goes. Witold Rozak is climbing with Arne Martin. Kuba is right there, and almost everyone turned point 1. I can see GDT, THB in the back here. They are trying to fly high before joining turn point 1.
And as we mentioned here, we are 1400 meters from the ground, so the distance you manage to fly is just amazing. We've flown 70 kilometers right now, so how many kilometers left? I will find that. Yeah, so 160 kilometers left. It's not the final glide right now, but we will arrive at the final glide in a very short time, I think, compared to a club class race. And yeah, everyone stops here just Ryan going straight to turn point 2, 6 Bravo Mike, Fox 9, and here we Sierra Romeo, Sophus in the AB29. Yeah, maybe the Cumulus, as we saw, is dying in a few seconds, and just in front of them they have plenty of choice. Okay, so Ryan is climbing. Ooh, it is going low right now in front of us. 6 Bravo Mike. I think he's, yeah, you can see here the difference in potential energy. And in front of Vitold, we have the Canadian pilot, Ryan, who materialized another climb. And maybe, Tim, you can see a bit on the, we can see the ground, because it is interesting to see the highway right now and the railway. Just, yeah, right now we can see both of them, and when we are flying gliders in real life, it can be great tools to see where the next turn point is, because you have always, when you fly cross country, you always have a computer or a map, something like that, and this, it is drawn, the highway and the railway. And when you are managing your task, you tell you are searching the next cumulus, and you can see that there is a great cumulus on the right or on the left, and you calculate the deviation you have to make to reach this cumulus. And this type of information on the ground can help you to make your decision, to know if it is a great decision or not, if it will take too much time or not to go to the next cumulus. And we will see later on the 2D view, the leg 2 we are flying right now just follow the highway and the railway for almost 60% of the leg. So we will see that later on. Thank you, Tim. Perfect. As we expect, Tim show us the map. So well, you can see Poland right now, and as we said before, we are on the left.
Yeah, on the west side of the country, so just
Yeah.
very close to the German border here. We have I think Katowice just on the southeast there, and yeah, Warsaw, the capital of Poland, is on the east side of Leszno, probably 400 kilometers away. So yeah, Leszno is really close to the German border. So it's often used for the gliding competitions. I went to Ostro Wielkopolski, so that's more south of Leszno, southeast of Leszno, Ostro. Amazing weather there, amazing platform, and yeah, it's really good. Those two platforms for gliding competitions. There is the Ostro Glide every year as well in Ostro. So yeah, great. One of the best gliding countries in the world, and the best pilots coming from there as well. You could see during the world final that there were 5 or 6 Polish pilots. I don't even remember. There were so much in that Polish gang. So yeah, amazing, amazing country for gliding, and it's continental weather, we say. So it means that the thermals are really strong. Actually, it's not like in Brittany in France, or close to any sea or whatever. The thermals are not that strong, but here in Poland, the weather is really homogeneous, because weather is coming from the west and going to the east, and it's been through France, Germany already, and then it's reaching Poland, and it's been over 2,000 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers of uh, of flatlands or mountains, but at least was not sea. I mean, of ground, and weather is much more homogeneous after that, and you get really strong thermals throughout the day and so on. It's crazy, and yeah, great country.
It is interesting because I wanted to ask you the question I've never found in Poland, but I've they told me that the weather like there is very strong thermals, and they told me that the development of Polish gliders are dependent of this type of weather, because the Janta, etc., sometimes have a bit hard to climb in our region next to the water, to the ocean, because we have a few and weaker thermal. But in Poland, the glider type of Janta are perfect for this condition, because it is very easy to climb, strong thermal, and then you have to go fast to the next one, and it is not absolutely not the weather we have here. And that's why the gliders are much more developed for this type of country.
Yeah, and it's as well, like you can see all those fields and the forest, and it's really big forest, and you often have kind of scent in the forest just below the trees, and it gives a lot of energy when the sun is shining there. So you have really strong thermals there. It's really amazing to fly. And yes, you have the Yantar, the Diana 2 as well is made for that. You can go up to 300 kilometers per hour in the Diana 2, which is not the case for the other 15-meter class gliders. So they already anticipated all of that. They are very solid gliders. I really love the SZD, all the SZD gliders. The 55 as well is amazing. I hope we're gonna have it in Condor 3 someday, but someone was working on it, and then I know there's been some issues on his side, and he stopped working on development of the 55, unfortunately. But the SZD 55 there is a new version 2 coming out really soon. The maiden flight was made like 1 or 2 weeks ago. You now have electric engine on the nose, kind of FES style engine, and you have new winglets on this ZD55 edition 2. So looking forward to see it more closely. Probably we will be able to see it next year. I can announce it now because it's more or less not official, but I can already say it, but because a lot of people know it. But we will be at the Euroglide 24 next year, the virtual gliding community and the FAI for the it's a gliding show in Karlsruhe in Germany. It's going to be the first edition next year, and we'll be there in November 2024 at the Euroglide 24. So yeah, it's going to be a great event, and we will have all the constructors, manufacturers from the gliding community there. So we'll be able to see all the new gliders as well. So it's going to be really cool to to follow and to do and to be there and so on. So yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, Poland great conditions, and yeah, Marcin May on the screen is as well a Polish pilot, and the pilots now are going towards turn point 2, only 50 kilometers away from turn point 1. They are flying fast, 230 kilometers per hour. Maybe Tim, you can show us on the left screen the average speed that we have so far in this race, with Kuba leading there, with Witold, Arne Martin. So 154 kilometers per hour so far for the leading group, and yeah, 130 for the 20th pilots here. But as you can see, it's around 150 for the top 10 here in race 11 of this World Series 2023 in Poland.
Yeah, and right now all the pilots managed to turn point 1, so they are all on the second leg. The first pilots have done about 60% of this second leg with great average speed, and it will raise until the end because the final leg will be long and the average speed will be increased during this period. I can see on QNAM that Mike 31 is in front of the pilots, but I can't see him. I don't know if it is a problem of QNAM. Oh yeah, it is not. It is a problem of QNAM because Mike 31 is at the 6th position. It was not updated.
No worries. Thank you, Timothée. We're back with this main leading pack with Frank Schwetzweger from Germany here. Vitol decided to continue, Trigiot as well. But Frank is leaving as well. So it's not enough for some of those pilots. But Kuba and Arne Martin will continue to climb in this one. Vitol trying for another thermal to the left here. Is it a good one or not? Let's find out in a few seconds. You can see those large wings.
Yeah.
They are really birds in this type of gliders. You can see just pull up a bit up. They gain 100 meters easily up. They didn't
Yeah.
lose any energy. Really, really easy to fly those gliders. Well, not easy to fly, but they are really good.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was close.
Yeah, that was
What?
good. Maybe it was our point of view,
Yeah.
but yeah, very very interesting. With this type of wingspan, you have to be careful because you can touch a lot of body during the race. And when you pull up, maybe your wingspan is a bit lower because when you pull up, your wing are bending, and you know you have to stop when the two wing are touching themselves. When the two winglets are touching, you have to stop to pull.
Yeah, that's the truth. Hopefully, the manufacturers are doing some testings before
Yes, I do.
releasing the gliders commercially.
Huemelzer following the leading angle. Very intense flight. And finally, when you do the math, with this type of glide ratio, your race and your rank depends only on a few choices. When on a few, I speak about when you choose to stop to climb. With this type of glide ratio on 240 kilometers like today, your race depend on like what? 10 climbs, 10 thermals,
Oh, even less for
even
today.
less.
For me today, maybe 7 or 8 maximum. But yeah, as we said, you could get more than 70. But in Condor 2 so far, it's difficult in flatlands to get more than 70, and they fly at 220 kph. So they don't get the 70 that they expect. Yeah, I think you can do that in 6, but maybe they will need 8, 9, 10. Maybe Jean David. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is another constraint with this type of glide ratio. I didn't thought about that before, but if your race depends on only 7 climb, it's more stressful because when you are choosing to stop or not,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and it is even the case for the first pilot, but also for the pilot in the back, because when you only want to catch up because you know the competition and you are in the competition, you want to catch up, you want to be the first, even if you are the last. You know that there is not so much choice left. We are about the middle of the race right now. Maybe we have what 4 climbs left, and you have to catch up only on these 4 or 5
Yeah.
climbs. It's very very
But
stressful.
that's really the key in open class. Yeah, like you're not stressed when you're flying because you know you got a lot of energy. You can fly really far. But if you want to perform, then you really need to decide well when you want to climb or not. And like you will lose so much energy by turning left and right because it's very heavy gliders and so on that you need to decide carefully, okay, is it a good one or not? Am I sure or not? And by the time you go through the thermal, if you missed it, you need to continue because it will take you 2 minutes to go back and to get it again and so on.
Yeah,
Like they are really heavy gliders, not very easy to control and to pilot. So you need to really anticipate and think carefully before reaching the thermals. Okay, I'm almost sure it's going to be 3 meters. Let's see. I'm going to take it if I think it's a good one. And if you can confirm it in the first moment of the thermals, then you go for it. But yeah, you need to anticipate a little bit more what you want to do at the exact time when you reach the formula. You cannot like decide, okay, let's go now. It's a bit more difficult than that because you will go over and after the thermals, and you will need to come back. So yeah, we are approaching turn point 2. Is it? Or is it a
Yes.
turn? Yeah, it is turn point 2. I was afraid there was someone behind still at turn point 1. So Juan, Ocella is reaching turn point 2. I think it is an Italian pilot,
Yes.
because we have wandered quite some time already on other World Series, but now we get it. Juan Tri Juliet is reaching turn point 2 on first position here at 850 meters, but there are probably other pilots higher, like Arne Martin and Kuba. Well done, Juan, for this turn point 2. Mikko Nurminen with much more energy. Vitold as well as a lot of energy. And you see they pull up before turning because the machine, the glider is so heavy at 200 kilometers, like you need to turn. It's not easy to do that. A lot of pilots are using force feedback joystick as well, so it takes some energy on your end to turn the glider. Maurizio Gualmo is there. Uwe Meltzer from Germany turning turn point 2 right now. So we have a good group of around 10 pilots who are flying at more than 150 kph average so far. So that's quite good. Arne Martin is quite high. He's quite high compared to the other pilots. So he's more or less the leading pilot, we can say, of this pack so far because he's 100, 200 meters above all of them.
Yeah, the leading goal is, as you said, about 10 pilots. The others just are a bit late compared to these 10 pilots. We will see managing the potential and kinetic energy who will arrive first at the next turn point. So going,
It's
yeah,
it's
going north.
yeah, 74.8 kilometers. So let's say 75 kilometers between turn point 2, that's the pilot just turned, towards turn point 3, which is kind of our reporting point of the day because then the next leg is going straight to the arrival uh, rink in Leshno, but they will still have 45 kilometers to fly to reach this ring. So it's not like the SGP. We still do regular FAI races. It's just the regatta start that does change so that we can follow who's leading, who's not leading, and so on. So yeah, they're gonna cross path more or less now. They are going straight to the north. To turn point 375 kilometers to go to the turn point. A great group of pilots here, really good group of pilots in a good mood, in the good flow. We talk about flow in gliding. Sometimes you are in the good flow with the best pilots, and sometimes you kind of miss your day and so on. We can see Tim Madsen falling a little bit behind with that group with Emmanuel Cartier, Quebec. You see, he was the last one to cross the start line,
Yeah,
and
he's here.
he's already in front of 20 pilots here. So you can see it's not that bad. He can still push and manage to get to the top 10 at least today. So interesting flying from Emmanuel so far. They are climbing. Arne Martin is climbing here with Kuba as well. They have different thermals here. You can see Arne Martin and Kuba are not in the same one. You can have 2 or 3 different thermals below the cumuluses. You need to find the best one. So yeah, it's interesting. You can see a lot of choices for the pilots today.
Yeah, and it is interesting because Emmanuel Cartier is the in place 20 on the overall score. So yeah, on 170 pilots in total and in overall score, it's a great place. He needs to score points tonight if he wants to climb a bit in the overall score. But I think that he is in great place to score some points and to climb a bit in the overall ranking.
Yes, I completely agree with you, Jean-David. Let's not forget that it's not positioning, a position scoring.
Yeah.
So, like the Virtual Airplane Grand Prix, but really the classical way of scoring pilots. So it's just based on performance and on the speed. So not on the position. So he needs to fly as fast as he can. We don't really care about the position. He can be on 10th place and be 10 seconds behind. It's not a big issue. He's going to get almost the same points as the first one if he's only a few seconds behind. So he needs to focus uh, on the best average speed for the day. The position doesn't matter. Just try to fly as fast as you can with what you have in front of you and what happened uh, before. You just need to focus on the rest. Arne Martin joining Kuba here.
Okay, that's interesting because we are around 10.2 and the pilots who just turn join the pilots who are reaching, and some pilots are stopping in the cumulus in the climb after, and someone are stopping before. So yeah, just a group of people who are trying to climb and to gain some energy. Right now we have to remember who was the second turn point. Yeah, as you see right now on the bottom of the screen, a lot of pilots are in a small area because everybody just goes through the turn points. Next turn point is in the north. Maybe watching a bit on the overall view of the global task. Yeah, as we said in the beginning of the race, the paths are just about 5 kilometers in each side of the task. So as the weather is quite homogeneous, they are trying to do some strategies a bit in the two way of the path, but quite straight lines to the first turn point and to the second. So we expect to see the same strategy to the reporting point. It was so funny when you said that because
Yeah, I know
I am
it's.
I am a club class glider and I flew my standard series, and thinking about a reporting point 50 kilometers away from my arrival is just unbelievable. But it is okay for open class and this type of glider. We can speak about reporting points, but the next time you say it's a reporting point and we are flying together in club class, you will receive some good words.
I, I'm gonna quickly have a look at the next race that we're gonna have. So we have a race calendar for the entire year, and the pilots kind of discover more or less a few days before, some weeks before, what are they going to fly, what are they going to fly, and so on. The next one is going to be in Brazil on the 26th of October, and it's going to be actually indeed in club class. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go from the open to the club class, and it's gonna be really fun. And yeah, we hope the pilots will have great fun on those tasks. And yeah, really looking forward, by the way, to discover Brazil. There's some gliding in Brazil as well. They have a great federation. There are some condor races as well in Brazil. So yeah, looking forward to race there.
Okay, so now they are going straight to turn point 2. I saw that there are some of I do
To
sorry,
turn point
to turn
three.
point 3. You're right, Tim. I was a bit scared about your voice coming from nowhere, but it's okay.
Oh.
We can hear Tim in the background, and sometimes he's not picking for a time, and then he corrects me, so it's a bit scary. But we are going to turn point 3. Thank you, Tim. The reporting points, and the cumulus are well placed. I think that all the pilots saw that. Arne Martin, yeah, thank you, Tim. So Arne Martin is leading, and he's trying to make his own path through all the cumulus. We can see quite a line here to turn point 2, and even if we are in Condor and the strategies are a bit different from reality, here the pilots are trying to find the best energy lines. And maybe we saw that there are just two small cumuluses on the right, but we can see it on top view, but I don't think that the pilots saw that. Maybe there are great cumulus and great bubbles.
Yeah.
They are great,
The
but too
the
difficult.
thing is there are so many cumuluses,
Yeah.
well established one and so on, that it's difficult to see the ones popping up and so on, because yeah, you can see the sky is almost full of cumuluses. It's like almost 6/8 of cumuluses now that they have today, because the ceiling is low and
Yeah.
there's a lot of humidity until the inversion. So yeah, it's not easy for them, as we said at the beginning of the race, to make the good choices today. But that was the objective of this race. Yes, they are flying open class and so on. Yesterday it was easy. They've had great weather, 350 kilometers almost, but it was really bombastic. But it allowed us to set up a race to go see the mountains and so on, and to fly to the east and southeast as well of the airfield. So it was kind of a discovery flight of Poland for the people who are not from there. And today it's much more difficult, let's say, the conditions, because they really need to read the sky and to make the good decisions to be able to win the race. And the ceiling is much lower than yesterday as well. So they need to, it's a competition. They need to take the good decisions for the flight to be able to win. It's really, really not easy for the pilots, I think. And that's why maybe as well some people are struggling at the back. Maybe there are some beginners in competitions, in doing tasks and so on, and it's more difficult for them, obviously, to read the sky, because you need experience to read the sky and to take good decisions, to be able to fly at 220, 240 kph, and to slow down when you need to slow down and so on. So it takes some time, all of that. And it's a really good thing to fly both open class, club class, or other uh, class of gliders. And we will continue to do that in the coming years, because then you get much more experience as a pilot. You learn how to fly heavy gliders, but as well light gliders.
Yeah.
The tactic is not the same at all in between those classes. So it's really different type of gliding and of flying. And yeah, I'm really happy that we have all of that in this World Series.
Yeah, and it is very important to remember that the World Series we are watching right now is open to everyone. You can join us whenever you want during the year. It's okay. You won't have done the previous races. You won't be the first on the overall score, but you can join us at any time. You can enjoy the final races in different countries. We change the glider type, but we change also the country to explore, even in countries where there are not so much gliding experience like we did in Mexico. So feel free to join us. Join the Discord, ask your questions in the different chats, and join the experience of living a World Series. And you will fly, remember that you will fly with the current world champion and with the 20 pilots who try to be the world champion. We have amazing pilots who are flying, and if you are learning, if you are just a casual glider pilot in Condor, you will see the other flying and you will try, because if the other in the race manage to have amazing average speeds, you will try to see, try to learn, try to catch up them, and this is how you can make your progress in Condor. So join us; it is very interesting. Unfortunately, we are here in the comments, so we can't fly tonight and the other races, but I hope we'll
Don't
fly
don't, wo-
in
don't
other
worry,
events.
it,
Yeah, that's
it
why
will happen.
that's why
It
I
will
am
happen.
going when we have the Condor 3 release. We won't tell everything, because with Antoine and the other in the group, we have brilliant idea. We have stupid ideas to show to show you. We have plenty of them. We will fly together in on this channel on Twitch, and it will be very
Really
yeah,
fun.
we're very fun and maybe more light. Here we are in a competition with straight rules, etc.
Yeah.
But you will see that will be very fun to enjoy. We invest in some tools. I invest in VR headsets to enjoy this. So we will see me turning the head in in every situation, maybe to try to catch Antoine on different ridges at 300 kilometers, just having fun. It will be great. So follow the channel to see all these events.
Yeah, and we need to reach at least 200 followers on Twitch. We just need one guy on Twitch. So if you're listening from or watching from YouTube or Facebook, please go on Twitch and subscribe FIA virtual gliding, then we try to go to 210 and so on, and we continue and we keep going over the races. The schedule for next year is going to be absolutely crazy. Really looking forward to unveil that in a few weeks. Yeah, it's
Okay.
great race
Do you
that
have
we
the
have.
numbers just in front of you, Antoine? The number of followers? Because if we manage to wake up all the spectators we have right now, maybe we can have the one who made us at 200 followers on Twitch. So wake up, everybody. We are on the 11th race of the World Series. Follow us on Twitch. We need just one followers more to
Yeah.
to be happy tonight. So it is a hard work. It's really a hard work to organize, to comment, etc. All of that we done tonight is for the pilots. The pilots are enjoying. We are working right now. So to make us enjoy the night, just one follower more. It will
Thank
be
you,
our
Jean-David.
reward.
Yeah, exactly. We need you to get on Twitch, because we will launch polls and so on for next races, and yeah, it's a much better way for to interact with the public as well, and to comment the races and to get the feedback from you. So looking forward to see you there, to have all of you on the channel. Let's get back to the race. Going to turn point 3, we are flying northwards with Witold Rozak here in the EB29, overflying some lakes in Poland here.
Yeah. And this lake is quite the central point of the task tonight, because we crossed it in the first leg and now we are in the third lake and the third leg, and this lake is about the middle of this leg.
Yeah,
So
the cross
yeah,
of
we
both
are
lakes. Yeah.
crossing the middle of the third leg. So right now, uh,
Yeah, almost.
okay, almost.
Almost
It
there.
was the wrong lake. Sorry.
It was
We,
another lake, but the big one is
we are
coming
reaching it.
in like 5 minutes from now. So it's gonna be good. I think, but I
Yeah.
cannot see yet.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if it's the Kunam who is late.
Yeah, yeah. I think you were right, Jean-David. I
Yeah,
think the Cunard is late, and it was the lake indeed, because it does look like the
yeah,
the
because
the. So let's
not to make
forget about the 2D.
yes, not to make mistake. I've compared the lake on Kunam and on the view. I see. Oh, there is an island in the center, so it's the Kunam who is late.
Yeah, yeah. Well done, Jean-David. No, no, I think it's good because yeah, 163 kilometers, and they need to
Yeah,
fly 236.
it's
So we
about
are
that.
really at midpoint on leg 3, and then they have 45 kilometers to go to the finish line. So yeah, we are really close to turn point 3 that you can see in front of us right now.
Important decisions. Maybe the final or one or two climb left. So deciding right now to stop and climb, it's very important decision. Arne Martin on the right decided to stop. Vitold and Mike X-Ray are trying another cumulus and another climb on the left. Oh, you can see that Mike X-Ray and Vitold decided not to stop. Right now, going straight to Arne Martin is a way too long strategy. So they have to go straight to the next point and hoping finding a better climb than Arne Martin find right now. Let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna be the last one
Yeah,
probably, or maybe one more in between the turn point 3 and the final the arrival ring. We will see that, but yeah, it's gonna be the next one is gonna be very very important for the win today. Vitold, yeah, there is someone going to the left. Vitold as well pulling a bit, and then he will turn left. No, it's not enough. He will continue. Probably, yes, they are all together, and they will continue. Arne Martin is on top of all of them.
Yeah.
He can push, or he can just stay on top of them and chill a little bit, look at the options, and manage to be among the top three. Is not often looking for the daily win. Arne Martin is much more a long runner. He's let's say it's like when you race the Tour de France or any cycling race, you can fight either for the daily win or for the general overall results. And Arne is always very consistent. He's in its flying, but yeah, not pushing too much, not taking too much risk to stay consistent over the races. So he's not often winning races, I should say. Uwe Melzer is here, the German pilot, here in red, just in the middle of your screen. KMI is on the right of the screen, just above Jean David. KMI is the leader of the World Series so far. Yeah, just right there. Wow, well, what? And yeah, he has almost 3 meters per second there, so that's quite good. It looks quite good here for Miali. Well done. 168 kilometers flown, so that's good. We need to we we need to get back to the studio then for a few seconds, because the 2D view is not working either. So just stay with us for a few seconds. It will come back. It will come back in just a few moments. Jean David, maybe I will talk about the next races for the World Series. So I said Brazil in club class. Then we're gonna have Chile on the 9th of November. So just almost, well, it's every 2 weeks from now, basically. So 26th of October, Brazil, 9th of November, Chile in Vitacura. Then we're going to go to Japan on the 23rd of November. I think the landscape so far was Central Japan too, someone asked, but there has been a lot of landscape that came out this year, because when we decided the race calendar, we already selected the landscapes for the races. And yeah, 1 year ago we decided Central Japan too, because it was the main one and so on. But I know there's been a lot of landscape that came out this year, so we need to check again what's the best one, what's the best looking landscape. We will probably want to fly around the Mount Fuji, close to Tokyo. So we will see what we do in Japan. I hope we will be able to get some people from Japan, because we have good communication with them. But yeah, we will see what we can do there.
Yeah, depending on the local time there, it may be a bit hard to have someone awake.
Yeah, and we need to see as well if we want to live stream maybe during the day or not, if it's a weekend or yeah. But I don't think it's gonna be weekend. I think it's only like Thursday or Monday. That's why we went for. It's just the last race in Narromine, Australia on Saturday 16th. But yeah, Japan on the 23rd of November. Then on Monday, the 4th of December is New Zealand, and then we're gonna end up with Narromine in 15-meter class, probably in Australia, for the last day. It's going to be the last day of the World Landing Championship in real life, and the last day of the World Series 2023 as well. Let's get back to the race above some lakes here and some small town here in Poland. We are reaching turn point 3 in a few minutes. Kuba, hola, they need to be careful.
Okay.
And Marcin May.
Well, it was only our point of view.
Yeah. It's our point of view. As you can see, if you look at the circles there, it's okay. They go and they continue. Arne Martin is there.
And we saw exactly what you mentioned before for the pilots and the viewers who are not familiar with that. Marcin trying to catch the lift, doing a large turn, and finally decided not to turn, so not to stop. So he need to go back, and the other turn was large too. So maybe 20 seconds spent on a left and a right turn, and 20 seconds right now. it is some points, because with world-class champion like Arne Martin or the others, 20 seconds is something, and they are not doing so much mistakes, doing great average speed. Maybe, Timothy, we can have a look at the, wow, perfect. Great average speed, 160 kilometers per hour, and with the final glide, it will be great. It will be a great average speed.
Yeah, probably 170, maybe 180 kilometers per hour. You can maybe we can do the first poll on Twitch. Let's see if you will be there. I know there are more than 10 people here on Twitch. So let's focus on the race first. Hotel Golf 1, Canadian pilot is here. Turn point 3 is the first one to turn point 3, followed by Alpha Mike. Second place, 162 kilometers per hour for both pilots. Really good flying. And Arne Martin is higher. Kuba, Kilo Juliet, and Marcin May, both pilots from Poland, are there, followed by Tri Juliet, the Italian pilot. And then we have Witold Rozak behind. Juan from Italy, he needs to climb. As you can see, he's quite low, but he's flying quite fast as well. So he's got a lot of energy. Will be able to pull up quite a lot when he reaches a good thermal. I think he's hoping for the guys in front of him to take a good one, and he will stop at the same time. I'm not too worried because there are some great thermals, but he needs to be careful as from now, obviously, because he's getting lower and lower. Let's see what happens soon. Witold Rozak is joining him. As you can see, he's not really high as well, Witold.
No.
The Polish man, local pilot. So yeah, very well done.
Right now, third turn points. Pilots need what, 1,000 meters from the ground to reach the final glide and to go to the finish cycle. So yeah, we are now at 500 meters, so need to climb a bit. But you can see that the leading pilots are climbing after turn point 3. So Witold won't miss it. He will try the lift. He will catch up the others and see if the climb is good enough to stop. And Emmanuel Cartier on the right is on the 12 or 13th place. I can't remember exactly, but he managed to catch up the others. He's well placed. I think he's quite high. And Juan right now a bit low. He's starting to see well the trees right now. Don't forget, you are flying and not gardening, so try to climb a bit. And he's managing to reach the other. The gaggle who is climbing right now. Witold, same strategy. It is a safer one. Manage to catch up the lift and trying to reach the final glide. Witold Rozak, the fixed pilot right now. Oh, Juan is trying to find the center of this thermal. Witold pulling, turning, and climbing. We hope for him. Oh, bad news for him. All the 3 pilots above decided to go in another position. That means that the climb they found a few minutes ago is not strong enough right now to be performant, to be enough. So they decided to go to the next one. And yes, Witold saw that. Witold saw his average climb speed not enough, so he decided to follow the others. It is not far. He flown what, 100 and 200 meters to find another climb, so it is okay. Oh, but not, he decided to not take it, Witold. Witold taking a strong decision right now, taking the risk to be low and to find something better than Arne Martin, Kuba, and Marcin. So we'll see what's going on. He have what, 600 meters to climb to catch up the other, to be difficult. Right now, Kuba is reaching 1,000 meters with only 45 kilometers to fly. So we may see some pilots going on final glide to the finish line. Oh no, the finish cycle, sorry. Kuba reaching Hotel Golf 1 straight to the finish cycle on the right of the screen. Yeah, just behind the FAI Virtual Gliding logo. They need to go straight to this point.
Okay, so the finish ring is just in front of us. We have a great group of pilots here leading the race. Maybe Tim, I know today is not working anymore, but we can have a view who is behind and maybe who is at the back of the race. Are they close to turn point 3? Ah, yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. So we can see that probably around 10 pilots turned point 3, and they're going now to the southeast towards Lechno. Some pilots are above the lake here next to turn point 3, and they are about to reach it. I can see Bravo Sierra 3, Fox Papa 51, and TKM as well. KMI, the Mialik knows, the leader of the World Series, is there, about to reach turn point 3. If you can unzoom a little bit more, maybe you can see a little bit more. Yeah, X-ray Romeo, Sierra Romeo. Okay. Okay, so you can see more or less who's there, who's not there. And we have, Witold Rozak in front of this pack. That's a very wide view, satellite view of the race. Thank you very much, Timothée. Tim Madsen is flying there towards turn point 3. Is a little bit behind, but is much higher than the others. You can see Witold who is leading the race right there at the back, in the background of the screen there. Witold, the Polish man. And he's lower. But yeah, Tim needs to catch up. He might be among the 10 first pilots. That's a good probability because 3 Juliet needs to climb and other pilots need to climb. But Tim Madsen is a little bit higher than them. So well flown so far, team. Marcin May is among the top pilots for the day. I think it's going to be a very close arrival today. Really looking forward to the arrival with you, Jean-David.
Yeah, exactly. Here we have the chance to have a regatta start, so all the pilots cross the start line approximately at the same time. And in addition, we have 35 pilots racing tonight, so a bit more than in SGP. So we have the opportunity to see very close finish in the virtual Sailplane Grand Prix. We saw very close finish. So right now we hope to have a very thrilling arrival. Right now in 36 kilometers?
Yeah, it's around indeed around 46, 45.8 kilometers to go there. I tried to set a poll on Twitch, but it didn't work for several reasons. I think they have issues tonight on Twitch as well. So no poll on Twitch tonight, unfortunately. But next time for the next race.
That can explain why we are stopped at 199 followers. Maybe it's a technical issue.
I think it's a technical
I'm sure
issue.
that the last viewer follow us, but the technical issue don't update the number of followers, so it's okay. We won't be mad tonight.
So we are probably you see just below it's a big area that is green. So all the pictures are taken from satellite, and when it's like this, it's often because there is a military base or something like this, and you cannot legally replicate it in the game. So it means that you need to replace it by something else, and yeah, it's not the real textures, unfortunately, that you have just below. But we are crossing this area and getting back to the real satellite pictures of Poland. Right there, Frank Schwarzweger from Germany, 235 kilometers per hour. Hotel Golf One is right there as well. Really good flying so far, very consistent for the day.
Yeah.
Hotel Golf One.
Yeah, Ryan was very interesting to follow. He decided after turn point one to go straight, trying something, not to stop where every pilot stopped. And now he's at good place, maybe just a bit lower than the other pilots behind him. And I feel sorry for Oscar Nine because we didn't speak a lot of about him because he was a bit late. We didn't see him in the 10 first pilot for a long time, but
Yeah, yeah.
wow, what a flight to catch up. And as we said, your place and your rank at the end depends only on a few climbs. So he managed to do his own strategy all along the flight, and now he catch up almost at the end of the race on the final
Yeah.
leg. The leading pilots, it's great. I feel sorry not to have speak a lot of about this about his strategy and his flight, but I'm amazed to see a comeback like that at the end of the race from nowhere. It's great to see, and I hope he will manage to be one of the first because right, you can see right now he is pulling, but he's high. He's high compared to the other, and just a small amount of altitude with this type of glider and with this type of glide ratio. Wow.
Can get you anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's yeah, the best gliders in the world. They 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 cost quite a lot as well to buy.
Wow.
Well, it depends. The
Yeah.
SH25 is an open glider and doesn't cost that much. But yeah, it means that it's going to be a heavy glider as well. It's not for everyone. Some people don't like those uh, long wingspan and those heavy gliders. But yeah, at least you can glide very, very far with those gliders. So yeah, Ryan Wood from Canada is leading this race 11 so far in Poland, followed by Uwe Melzer and Frank Wetschweder, the two German pilots there. Arne Martin Guttler, the world champion 2023, the recent world champion, reigning one, and Kuba, the Polish pilot, local pilot, uh, is right there. Kuba is very close to Vitold, who should be just behind him. So yeah, it's quite good. Ryan Wood overflying the cities. Yeah, Vitold he had to stop. He has had to
Yeah.
stop, so he's fallen a bit behind. We can get back to Ryan. I just want to check if he's on the glide. 221 kilometers, 236. So yeah, he's on final glide, and he will be able to pull up with that speed. He needs to be at 394 meters, so almost 400 meters. So he has 200 meters to spend in the 14 kilometers. Let's say 13 kilometers. So that's going to be okay with the altitude that he has. But Uwe Melzer is higher than him, so he can push even more. He can get to the first place today. Uwe, where is Frank? Frank Schwetzweger, just behind them, but I think really close. The question that I wanted to ask in the poll was, uh, what is going to be the average speed of the winner of the day? And you had two answers. The first one was less than 180 kph. The second one was more than 180 because we were at 162 kilometers per hour when reaching turn point 3 with 45 kilometers to go. And then the question is, can you go faster than 180 in 45 kilometers or not? With those gliders, with glide ratios like this, I think we can reach 180, 182, but maybe it will be only 173.
Yeah.
It's a bet. We will see.
We would love to ask you the questions on the Twitch channel because it's very interesting
More.
to yeah well, to
I have
see.
one reply
You have one
from
reply.
Captain Pana, more than 180.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, my bet is more as well, but yeah, 45 kilometers is really short.
And just one
to
information before the finish, because the technical issue has been managed and I've updated the number of followers, and we are at 201 followers. So thank you very much, all the
great.
viewers. We crossed the 200 with you tonight. We are 201 followers. So two guys followed us. Thank you very much. Very encouraging for us. We will be happy. We will sleep very good tonight and go back to the race in this amazing final glide. The three pilots going 260 kilometers per hour at the lower altitude in this task. Uwe Melzer is leading, followed by Oscar Nine.
So 394 meters is the minimum, otherwise they will get penalties. So they need to pull up before reaching the arrival ring. So Uwe Melzer, Ryan Woods, Frank Schwetzfeger. So Uwe seems really well placed, but it's going to be really tight because he needs to pull up just as the others need to do.
I think it's okay.
It's going to be well done, Uwe Melzer, winner of the day of race 11, followed by Frank Schwetzfeger, the German pilots leading this race. Ryan Woods from Canada on third place. Arne Martin Guttler and Kuba. Oh, that's going to be tight, Jean-David. Arne is going to make it. Arne, fourth position, the world champion. Kuba on fifth place. Marcin May from Poland is alone there, so he's going to be safe.
He's safe
for sixth place. Great. Marcin May pulling up 298. Yeah, that's good. Is above that level, and then we will approach Leshno airfields. That's quite good.
Great.
With behind Mikko Nurminen from Finland, and can we have the view behind Timothée just for a few seconds, just to see if there is a big group joining or not? Yes, we have Bravo, and then we have Emmanuel Cartier, KMI as well, TKM, Vitold. Oh, he's fallen behind quite a lot, Vitold, Rozak. So we will follow top 10 or top 15 even for tonight.
But the points they will score tonight is very interesting, because for the first gaggle, you see that Uwe Melzer is 22 on the overall ranking. Frank is 16th position. So the points were very important tonight to score, and we will see in trying to find Oscar Golf 1 in the overall score, but very important to score point tonight. Bravo, Brian Stinekens from Belgium is 40 place on the overall score, so great flight for all of them. Score points for the overall ranking.
Yeah, it's a massive performance from the Belgian pilots tonight. From 40 to a top 10 in a World Series, it's quite good. He's going to get a lot of places in the overall results. Maybe he can jump onto the top 30 or top 20 with this performance. So that's really good, Brian. Well done for this flight.
29 position behind Nos, the leading pilots on the overall score.
Yeah, I think he's gonna lose his place. I think Arne Martin has good chances to get the lead in that World Series.
He did it really well tonight. Yeah, you're right.
He was 22 points behind out of 9,113.
So it's so close.
So it's really close. It's really close. The race is really close in this World Series with this type of calculation as well. The performance calculation with the FIA rules, classic rules. Witold Rozak, the Polish man, this world champion in 2021, is there. Only 5 kilometers to go to reach Leshno. Really well done. And thank you to Marcin May. I think it was from Marcin. I don't want to get it wrong. Let me check for, So we are flying tonight on a landscape called Southwest SW, Poland 2 for Condor 2. And the landscape that we flew on was created and made by Marcin May, who was flying the race. in front of us tonight. So thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, Marcin, for this landscape. Um, Great landscape on Condor 2. You will see on Condor 3, it will be amazing as well. We will announce really soon that probably next year we will only fly on Slovenia 3, Slovenia 3, sorry, which is going to be the basic landscape of Condor 3, but which is going to be massive. There's going to be several countries included in Condor 3 on Slovenia 3 landscape, and probably all the races will take place there, because it will take we've had meetings already with the people who create the landscape, and they say that it will take much more time in Condor 3 to create new landscapes. You cannot just take the one from the 2 and throw it on the 3 and so on. To get the very high quality that they have on Condor 3, they will need to do some work. The next one after Slovenia 3 will probably be Arc Alpin, as usual, the one of the Alps. AA3 is going to be, but it's not going to be released until the end of 2024. That's what we expect on our side, actually. So we're going to have a lot of fun on Slovenia 3. It's a massive landscape and an amazing landscape. I'm really looking forward to race there. But there's not going to be any Brazil or Chile or whatever next year, unfortunately, unless the landscape developers are working really hard during the year, and we can do that at the end of the year. But yeah, for now we're going to focus on Slovenia 3. So Slovenia 3, I'm going to be it's going to be okay, Antoine.
And we have a message from the pilots flying tonight, because Uwe, Kuba, and Marcin are telling us that it wasn't long enough after finishing the race. They decided to take another thermal and to enjoy some more minutes. Maybe you see the small cumulus right above them. Maybe it's the climb of the
of the day.
yeah, of the day. So
Yeah.
they decided to take it because they love flying and they want to spend a bit more time together. It's interesting
That,
because they were the
that,
first to finish the race and they are still still in the sky.
that's good if they can enjoy a little bit more. That's something that you cannot do in Sailplane Grand Prix. We really ask you to land and to give your files and so on really quickly. But in the World Championship, the real ones, you can actually fly after your race and just give your file after landing. You don't have to. You are not forced to land straight away after finishing the race, which is kind of weird, but you don't have to. You can continue for 2 hours if you want. It opens quite. It often happens, but when you are doing a world championship, honestly, you just stop because you will
tired.
take some more energy. Yeah, you're tired. You're gonna just keep your energy for the coming races and so on. So it doesn't work like that. Well, we've had most of the arrivals tonight, at least the top 15. So we're gonna end up there for today with Jean David in the studio. Thank you so much. It was really a great race to follow. It was short. I think 1 hour and 15 or 30 minutes. Maybe we can get the average speed.
We will
From
try before leaving. We will try.
so we're gonna wait just a few seconds to get the average speed. Um, but
We
we're
will
gonna
try
get
in Pana.
there's gonna be other slots for the pilots who want to fly the World Series, the Asian server, the American server, and so on, and other pilots will score points for this race. So we cannot confirm who is winning and so on. We have some average speed here, 165, so it's less than 180 on that 236 kilometers race. So yeah, we lost Captain Para. I'm sorry, we lost. It was 165 kilometers for the winner of the day. In the European server, let's wait until tomorrow. It's going to be at around 4 p.m. UTC. So yeah, 18. Let's say 1800 UTC. That you're going to get the full results. It's probably going to be a little bit before, but by the time we translate that into graphics and put that on social media, you're going to get that tomorrow anyway. Highlights of the race will be available as well tomorrow or in the coming days if you missed the race. Jean-David,
Yeah,
thank you so much for tonight.
thank
It
you,
was
Antoine.
great.
It was a great race. The racing, the regatta start was a great thing to see a great race and a great finish with close ending. It was very fun to watch and to comment. We have 201 followers. I'm very happy for that. The community is growing. It is very thrilling to follow this adventure with you, Antoine, and all the followers. I'm very happy for that, and I enjoy all the races. And maybe the next one in Brazil, we'll have someone speaking in Brazilian for us. We'll ask the community there. We will see. Let's see in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was really a swift race, a great race, led by the Germans. In the end, we are not expecting that. A great comeback from Frank and yeah, Oscar Nine and Uwe Melzer. So yeah, congratulations to them. Well done to Ryan Woods as well on the podium tonight, the Canadian pilots, followed by some Polish pilots like Marcin May or Witold Rosak and Kuba, of course. Thank you all for joining us tonight. See you in 15 days from now. Thank you for following. Thank you, Captain Pana, on the Twitch channel here. Thank you for following on Facebook and Instagram as well. We see you in 15 days in Brazil. Thank you so much, Jean-David, Timothée, and have a good day or a good evening, everyone. Bye bye.